Hi everyone, Miss Kristen here. I am in Mrs. Kia's classroom and I'm going to teach you how to make our bead bars. As you know, you got a whole kit to take home with you of Montessori materials for our remote learning week. Some of the materials, though, you have to help us make. And the one I'm going to teach you about today is our bead bars. So you know that our bead bars are used for lots of different math works that Mr. Jason, Miss Stacy, Miss Jennifer might assign you during our remote learning weeks. And these are also really helpful to have if you just wanted to practice your math facts at home after school or on the weekend when we're not remote learning. If you just feel like you need some extra practice, parents, this is a good tip. You can use your bead bars that you've made at home for remote learning. They don't have to just stay in your bag and only come out when we are not in school for a long period of time. If you do want to practice and you want to use the materials like you'd have at school, this is a great way to do it. So the only really thing you're going to need is your baggies of beads that I and Mr. Corbin made for you and Mr. Jason, and a pair of scissors. Now, if you really want to get fancy, you can use a Sharpie too, or any sort of like dark marker to help you guide where you're going to cut your pipe cleaner, but that's totally optional. In this video, I will show you many different ways that you can make your bead bars without needing a Sharpie. You'll have two different types of bags provided for you depending on who made those bags. Some were made by Mr. Jason and some were made by Miss Kristen and the help of the students in our lower elementary classroom. So thank you if you're watching this and you're one of those students that helped us. So some of the bags already have pre-cut pipe cleaners for you and some have whole pipe cleaners. So I'm going to show you how to do both. In your bag, you should have the pipe cleaners that you need, an example bead bar that is already made for you, and the beads. And I've given you extra beads just in case you happen to lose some because they are a little bit tricky and like to run away from you. So yeah, I'm so excited for you to help us make these and for us to use this during our remote learning. I think it's going to make such a difference to all of the works that you can do. So come in and join me, and I'm so excited to share. The first thing I wanted to mention is that you got a bag of red unit beads, or one bead, one bar. We just gave you a whole bag of beads. You don't need to put them on pipe cleaners because they're just representing one. So although you might see a little bar like this on our school bead, you don't need the bar because you just need one single bead. In our bead bar box, we have a set of 2 bars. And all of that is 2 green beads. So in this bag, you have a whole pipe cleaner. So one of the ways that you can do it is to take two of your green beads and pop them on, and then fold in the edge. So you don't want to put them all the way on the pipe cleaner. You want to just put them close to the edge, fold it in, and then you can use a pair of scissors with a parent's help if you need it to cut a little tail after your beads to make sure that you have a tail to fold over, just like that. Another way that you can do it is put on your 2 bars or your 2 beads, fold it in, and then fold in the other side, and kind of where they meet, you know that that is where you would cut, and you can take off your beads, and now you know that this is the length of the pipe cleaner that you need, and so you can just accordion fold it the exact length you need, like this, and then cut on the bends. Oops. Like this. And now you have all of your pre-cut pipe cleaners to put your 2 beads on. Make sure that you're careful because sometimes the edges of the wire of the pipe cleaner can get kind of pokey. So you might need to cut off a little bit so that way it doesn't hurt you. Like that. As you may remember from our bead bar box, our 3 bar is a pink bead bar. And so all you need to do is take your pre-cut pipe cleaner, just like that, and you thread on 3 of your pink beads. And after your 3 pink beads are on there, you just have to fold in the edges. Don't forget, inside your bag is already pre-made bead bar for you to be able to see what it should look like. And each bag should make you 9 bead bars for each color or number set, because we already pre-made you one and that will equal 10. So you'll have 10 of each color / number. Now it's time for our 4 bar. So we have our 4 yellow beads on our bar. Take your pipe cleaner, that's yellow. You should also have a pre-made one already in your bag to show you. Stick them on the end. Fold over the tail to keep the beads on the pipe cleaner. Fold over and then kind of cut where they meet. And now you have a 4 bar. Your 5 bar beads are with our light blue color beads. This one also should already have pre-cut pipe cleaners. I forgot my bag at home of 5 bar, so I had to pull these out of our extras. So that's why mine aren't pre-cut, but you should already have them already cut. You can just put your 5 beads on, fold over the edges, and you are good to go. Our 6 bar. So our 6 bar is made of purple beads, just like that. And you already have a pre-made one in your kit. We had to borrow in order to have enough pipe cleaners for our 6 bar. Black pipe cleaner because we ran out of purple. So that's why your beads are still purple. So even if you see that black pipe cleaner, you know that that's not one of the colors of our 9 bead bars. And so hopefully it doesn't confuse you because you'll have your purple beads on it. And with this, all you do is the same thing. This time I'll show you another method of cutting your pipe cleaner. So I have our 6 bar, fold over, cut the tail, and then what you can do is unfold it, take off the beads, and then lay out your pipe cleaner as straight as you can get, straight, and line up your pre-cut pipe cleaner with your full one, and you can make a little line with a Sharpie on where you should cut. And then you can match up where that line is and keep going all the way down your pipe cleaner and then cut on your black marks. And then you'll have your pre-cut purple bar. You might remember that our 7 bar, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, has 7 white beads on it. So you have in your kit a bag with white beads and white pipe cleaner. This is the example that's already been made for you. And all you have to do is string on your beads. Oops. Make sure that they don't run away from you. Sorry if the picture's a little fuzzy, not fuzzy, bouncy. And you fold in the edges, and there you go. So those are the style with the pipe cleaners already cut for you. So the higher that we get with our bead bar number, a little bit trickier they get to make. because there are so many beads that we have to string on our pipe cleaner. So this is a pre-made. We know that our 8-bar is brown. So this is our pre-made one. And you can see our tails don't quite overlap, and that's just so that way we make sure we have enough pipe cleaner for all of them. So my suggestion is to stick on your 8 beads. So we have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Whoa, it got away from me. These are so tricky. I would make sure that you, the best place to do this is on the floor, so that way, especially a carpeted area, so they can't roll away from you. On the table is tricky. So we bend in our little tail, and then you can cut a small tail and tuck it in, and now you have an 8-bar. A suggestion, if you really don't like having the tail stick out and you have a parent for help, or you might be an older student who has pretty good fine motor skills, is you can tuck in your tail. So how you would do that is you would kind of push all of the extra beads to the end there, and you leave one bead towards this tail, and you fold over your tail, and then you thread your other beads over the tail, which tucks it in and makes it so the pointy pipe cleaner is not sticking out. And then you would do the same thing for the other end. You just fold it over, stick it in, and you're good to go. Like I said, this one's a little tricky, so you might need some help from an adult, but I really like this so that way you don't have the little end sticking out. And there you go. That's your 8-bar. Last but not least is our 9-bar, and we know our 9-bar is made up of 9 blue, dark blue beads, not to be confused with our 5-bar, which is light blue beads. Same thing as our 8-bar, where you are just going to string on your 9 blue beads. This is a really good activity to do if you can watch like a movie or listen to some music while you do it, or it's something you could do with another friend from our class, maybe over FaceTime. You could chit-chat with each other while you make your bead bars. And you tuck your tail, your tail just like that. Now you have a 9-bar. Now the hope is that I gave you more beads than you actually needed, so that way in case you lose some, you have extra, and you should be able to get enough of your bead bars out of your pipe cleaners. But if you happen to run out, or you don't measure properly and you have some extra black pipe cleaners at home, or you can order some on Amazon, that is the best color to use for any other bead replacement or substitutes that you need to make, because we don't have a black bead bar. So you won't get confused because you'll have the colored beads. So, all right, friends and parents, I hope that this video was helpful. Some notes really quick before I sign off is Mr. Jason wanted to make it very clear that you should never mix your bead bars like this in a container. If you think of our bead bar box at school, I don't have mine with me unfortunately because I have a friend using it right now, but it's a whole box and has little compartments for every single color, so that way you don't mix them up. This is like a snake game. We want to try to keep them separated, so make sure when you finish making your bead bars, you put them back into their individual bags or into some sort of tiny containers that can keep them all separated for you. I hope that this was helpful. If you have any questions, please reach out to the lead teacher in your classroom or to me on Parent Square, and I'm happy to help you. Good luck!